Dr. Lufkin, let's talk about some of the lies, or at least the ones that you can reveal to us before the book comes out, that you found, that you discovered. So which ones did you mention in the book? What have you been teaching your students, which you now know were not the truth?
Yeah, and to be clear, the lie wasn't an intentional lie at the time, but it's something in retrospect that I regret having taught. But the profoundly disturbing thing is that some of these things that I realize are lies are still believed by my colleagues in the healthcare profession as the truth, and some are even still taught in medical schools as the truth. So that's the disturbing part. The book's laid out in about 12 chapters, and each chapter is a specific disease area. There's a chapter on Alzheimer's disease, a chapter on cancer, all the chronic diseases, basically the major chronic diseases that are killing us. And it happens that these diseases are all tied to this foundational metabolic health in one way or another. So examples of the lies start off with a simple lie that a calorie is just a calorie. That's one lie. Or a lie, if you want to lose weight, just exercise more and eat less. A lie about diabetes would be that insulin is the best way to treat type 2 diabetes. I don't believe that, although many people, including the American Diabetes Association, still recommend that. And there's some change made with diet, and which is progress, which is good, but still that was a lie that I taught for many years. The Alzheimer's disease lie is that Alzheimer's disease cannot be treated or reversed. Even the Alzheimer's Association, the leading medical association around Alzheimer's disease, states on their website that, and I actually agree with this part, that there is no pharmacological treatment for Alzheimer's disease that will either significantly slow it down or make any real effect on the outcome. And that's a huge failure for all of us as a society, because all the other diseases at least have some sort of treatment. It may be the wrong treatment, but Alzheimer's disease doesn't even have a treatment. But there's good evidence, as I'll talk about in the book, that there are things that we can do that will lower our chance of getting Alzheimer's disease. And actually, we have controlled clinical trials that some of the phenotypes of Alzheimer's disease can be reversed with some of these aggressive metabolic lifestyle changes as well.
I'm sure you have a chapter in your book on cardiovascular health.
Yes, we do. As the number one killer worldwide, cardiovascular health is a big part of that. There are a couple lies about that. One is that consuming foods high in cholesterol and high in saturated fat raises your risk for heart disease or gives you heart disease. I believe that is a lie. And also another lie around that I talk about in the book is that statins are an effective and worthwhile treatment for heart disease and stroke. And we'll go into some evidence why. I'm not disputing that statins work. I'm saying they work at a very small rate, much smaller than it's advertised. And they work for mechanisms that are probably unrelated to lowering LDL cholesterol, probably more related to decreasing inflammation. And the side effects have been greatly underestimated through a number of techniques that we talk about in the book that drug companies use around that as well. So a lot of controversy.
I know that at least for statins, or most of the data comes from the pharmaceutical company that produces statins. I may be incorrect in that, but the data that we have comes from them. So it's difficult to just think of it as unbiased or unmanipulated in some way.
That's absolutely true. One of the most successful drug dealers in history was Pablo Escobar in Colombia, selling cocaine as his empire. But the amount of money he made doesn't hold a candle to the $1 trillion drug industry that is based around statins. And that only works if people believe that LDL cholesterol causes heart disease. And by lowering LDL cholesterol, you lower your risk for heart disease. And the amount of money that flows into patient education, flows into the American Heart Association, flows into even, frankly, misleading ads that we go into detail in the book about, where there's statistical alchemy used to change the reporting methods that report a 36% decreased risk of heart attacks instead of a 1% decreased risk by using the relative risk instead of the absolute risk, and also, yeah, lots of things to cover on the cardiovascular disease part, for sure.